welcome back to this channel. So today we have very interesting question coming from Samkrit, and this is about the difference between 6th house in Rashi, Navamsha and Dashamsa. So we know that in Vedic astrology we have the Rashi, which is the main chart, but we also have the Navamsha, which is second chart when it comes to importance, and then we have the other Vargas, and among them we have Dashamsa, D10, which is related to career life. So also I remember that when I started my journey with Vedic astrology, this was very important for me to understand what are the meaning of the houses in this divisional charts, in the Navamsha and in the Dashamsa. Are they having just the same meaning but translated to this area of life? Like Dashamsa's career life, so is the 6th house enemies in the career life, and should we just be dealing with all houses like that we take the essence, like 5th house is about your followers, and we will add just in the environment. And to some extent this is true. This essential understanding of this Vargas is just like that. For example, when we take 5th house in the Vimshamsa, this will be the part of the 5th house which is related to spirituality, so that is mantra. If we take the D24, which is about academical knowledge, then 5th house will be about the aparavidya, what are your hobbies. For example, astrologers often will have nodes in that 5th house in the Siddhamsha or Chaturvimshamsa, D24 chart. So in this video, I will give you some of the indication about the 6th house in Rashi, Navamsha and Dashamsa. So I hope this will add to your understanding how we are reading the houses in the divisional charts. So the first additional principle is that in the Vargas, very important will be the Karyabhava. This will be the most important house for that particular divisional chart. For example, for the Navamsha, when we talk about this marriage side of the Navamsha, then that will be the 7th house. And this is especially visible especially clear when we analyze the Chaturamsa, which is about properties. This is the D4 chart. Because in this chart, we are treating the 4th house as the central house, and we are counting from that house. So the whole meaning of these houses are like taken from the 4th house. So for example, the 11th house in the D4 chart, which is about the properties, is about the inheritance or loans when it comes to properties. So this will be 8 from the 4th. Therefore, it is 11th house. So in D4, in the chart of property, 8, which is the house of loans, from the 4th. So it's a loan for property. So therefore, it's 11th house. So we are taking the meaning of the houses from that central house, Karyabhava it's called. So this is one point to understand. Second thing is that when we talk about the Rashi and Navamsha, the Rashi is more physical, Navamsha can be more conceptual. For example, you may have in Rashi chart 4th house when it's connected to the career life, like to the 10th from moon or 10th lord. This 4th house may show office. It may also show anything. It's not only your property. This can be any physical house. This could be related to career life. This could be related to ashram and so on. Whilst the Navamsha is more conceptual. Therefore, we could say that it's very good to categorize what the karma is all about. Is it about career life? Is it about spirituality? Is it about the partnership? Is it about the health? So it's much more categorized in the Navamsha. So that is also the second difference between D1 and D9. Next point is that the Rashi is like something which is touching you. You are experiencing that. And I always have this example in my mind It's like in a movie, you have the camera, many things can happen, right? Like there could be some shooting scene and the camera is on the subject. And from the subject experience, how he's experiencing various things, you can guess, you can make a guess what's going on, who is shooting, or how many are people there, from where they are shooting, and so on. So if you want to move that camera to the other people who have a relationship with you, then these are the Vargas. So imagine if you are in the Western astrology and you only have the Rashi chart, then it's like you only have this in the movie, you have this camera on the hero, right? On the protagonist. And there are some moves of the body, there is some mimic, some facial reaction, something is going on. But you can make some guesses. You can see, oh, now he's smiling, perhaps something good is happening. Now he is screaming, now he's disgusted with something, now he's shameful, now he feels guilty. So by these emotions, you can guess what's going on in the environment. But if you have both subject and both environments, then you have more complete picture of what's going on. So this is the fantastic feature of Vedic astrology. So now we know there are 30 tithis in the month. Tithi is the lunar day. And this word tithi means the guest. And also we have, apart from Rashi, 15 divisional charts. And that means that we are like a guest in those environments. And also people from these environments are also coming, they are invited to our house. So from this concept, this theory of subject and environments is coming. So many people, even the very good astrologers, don't have these concepts clear. What is the difference? Rashi, Navamsha, the Vargas. But I found that in our parampara, this is made very clear. So when we talk about sixth house from Rashi, the basics. What are the basics? So the karaka is very important to know when we want to understand the essence of the house. The karaka is the significator. So for sixth house, Parashara says it's Mangal, which is Mars. So it's all about some kind of fight. Enemies can be there. And sixth house have these external enemies and internal. These internal enemies are the weaknesses we have. So from those dance of weaknesses, of our weaknesses with the other people, this could be in partnership, in friendship, these fights are coming because of different interests. When there are this conflict of interests, because we are interacting with others and there could be opposite desires, or for one thing, for one person, there could be the same desires also. So from this, the conflict comes. So the enmity is coming from this different desires which are clashing. There was the comparison to these woods which are always touching each other and creating the fire. So the sixth house is also enemy in the form of disease. So we have this prakriti, which is our health, how much health we have, but also there is this vritti, which is the change, or the nivritti, which is the change of our health, which is in the form of the negative change, the disease, which is bringing us the suffering and trouble. The sixth house is also about the community and job, and very important is also about the lack of relationship, because the seven is relationship. Now 12 from that, it's before, so it's like brahmacharya, I'm living in celibacy, I'm single. This could be voluntary or not, this could be separation. And very important thing is that when we have benefics in the sixth house, this is turning the sixth house into upachaya, so I'm growing. If it's malefics, then the sixth house is dushtana, it's negative. Then it's bringing us the problems. So that is the philosophy of the sixth house in the Rashi chart. In the Navamsha, there are, I would say, three main meanings related to the sixth house. We will talk about the first layer today, which is about separation. So the Navamsha is about the partnership. The main house is the seventh house. And the sixth house will show separation. The eighth house will show divorce. So using the timing, various dashas, when the dasha will come to sixth house, there is possibility of separation. Now this must not be the emotional separation, which can lead to divorce or general, some break, emotional break. This could be just circumstantial, also physical. Distance. I'm going to a different city, I'm going to a different place. So this can even make emotional more engaged. These people can be more engaged. Like Krishna said that this love and separation is the highest love. When Krishna is having this separation with Radharani, then it's said that this is the highest type of situation when it comes to love. So that would be the sixth house. We know that the Dashamsa is tool which can give us the answer for what I can do in my profession. From the Rashi chart, we can choose the sector, we can know in which direction I have to go, what I have to start, where to go, which process to evoke to enter the Dashamsa. Now I am already in the office, in the Dashamsa. What am I doing there? This could be totally different. Person may have title of a manager, but he will be doing with the research or with the numbers. So what you are exactly doing? What is your responsibility? This is the second, sixth, and 10th in the Shamsa. So planets there will tell us what you can do. The second thing about the Shamsa is about when we talk business, freelance, or employment. Should I rather try being a freelancer? Can that be successful? So you can compare 6,000, 7th house. This is one step to get conclusive answer to that question. And the third thing is about the staff. Today they were shooting an advertisement in Berlin, and there was one big guy, the cameraman, and we had some junior workers. These will be in the 5th house in the Shamsa. But also we had this staff. 6th house is the staff. Many people around. They are not directly like a junior workers. They don't have this specific hierarchy which is continuing for a long time, for a long period. The staff can change. The staff is a little bit, we could say, impersonal. So that would be the 6th house. So we have these 3 type of things related to the Shamsa. Jobs, which is also in 2nd and 10th. This employment and business, this is the second one, and the third is about the staff. In the Navamsha, we are talking about this separation 6th, divorce in 8th, and in the Rashi chart, we are saying it's more about these physical categories, also about your behavior. Because in the Rashi chart, it's always about you are not clapping alone. It's always interaction. You are also, we could say, guilty of something in the Rashi. You are also doing there something. So the 6th house in the Rashi, especially the house, may show the attitude, what you are born with, any temptation you may have. There are also another type of 6th house counted from different or in different way, which can tell you what is your inherent weakness. So that is the 6th house in the Rashi, 6th house in the Navamsha, and 6th house in the Dasha. I hope this will make your understanding better when it comes to understanding, first of all, houses in the Varga chart, in the divisional charts, but also the difference when it comes specifically to the 6th house in Rashi, Navamsha, and Dashamsa. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe if you'd like to get notification about similar videos in the future, and see you in the next one.